TOA family, what's going on? Eric Huber here, product specialist with TOA Electronics. Great to be here, as always. Good evening. Happy Monday. Once again, welcome to Sound Supply, your weekly podcast. Everything commercial AV, anything current, what's going on today, what are the trends, where are we going? Well, we're going to help you out with that. We are. And happy fall. As you guys, I'm doing this new thing here with the dynamic backgrounds. I got my nice little cabin here in the woods. Actually, it's on a lake. Got the fire going. It's nice and cozy. Got the hoodie on. It's getting chilly outside. I think it was in the 40s. Regardless, great time of year. I like the seasons. We're up here in the Northeast. And, we got the holidays coming up. And we got a new year coming up.
What?
2022 is, as insane as it sounds, is just around the corner. Believe it or not. And I want to talk about something today. We're not gonna quote any articles. We're just gonna have a nice little discussion. It's gonna be a short one. I just kind of want to keep your minds fresh. If that means anything, it should. We actually brought it up for the InfoComm webinar that we just had back in October. And it was something that me, myself, Ian, and Jim were discussing, something that we were excited about, where TOA was going based on trends. And there were two good points that came up. One was our aesthetic transformation on our products, how we're making them much more minimal and aesthetically pleasing, very uniform to the environments that they're going to be installed in, modern, clean, black, monotone looks. I like the direction of it. But one point that stood out to me that Jim actually mentioned, shout out to Jim McGinnis over in engineering, is our direction into the world of audio over IP, or just IP in general, networkable audio, and how powerful and how capable it's going to be. And if you guys are still installing analog gear, and we have very reliable, consistent, there are diehard TOA fans that love our BG series, our analog style mixer amps, whatever that might be. But as you see us going down the road, you're going to see us start incorporating networkable solutions on board the product, on board the hardware. So, and let me tell you what it means to me, coming from my point of view, and for the integrator, it might be completely different, but we'll start with the integrator. So for the integrator, it's going to be a much more simplified solution in terms of installation. You're going to be installing in a already laid out network, right? So cables going to be laid out. Everything's going to be laid out for you guys. And you're just locally installing gear throughout the building or the complex or whatever that may be. And it's going to be a much more smooth installation. That's the biggest factor I see for the integration side of things. A con for you guys might be a learning curve. If you're coming from analog gear, if you're not comfortable with computers, if you're not good in networking, and you don't have to, understand code to be able to understand a network. So there could be a learning curve is my point. And maybe there isn't. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. For some guys there might be. For some guys there isn't. But and it's such a powerful solution when you incorporate software into something that can be consistently and dynamically updated without the need of replacing hardware is a factor that, or is a pro that a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people really don't understand how powerful that could really be and how beneficial that could be. And for the integrator as well, even for myself or somebody here at TOA, is maintenance. You can now look at our 800D series. I mean, quiet launch. It took me a while to really love the thing. Now I'm in love with the units. and how you can sit back and see everything that's going on from anywhere in the world visually. That's been the biggest challenge of our job here is we're not there with you guys. We don't know what's connected to what. We just don't know. And without that visualization, it becomes much more difficult. But when we see things, when we see the signal flow from A to B, it makes a world of difference. And the less work that the end user has to do or the integrator has to do when they give us a call, or if the end user is calling you guys, that's the biggest challenge is because they're not professionals with these types of products. Is you can go in there and you don't have to walk them through. How much time and energy and effort and money can you save by doing that? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Now, the other point I want to make when it comes to having everything interconnected, there's this. I actually did read something in my notes here. Basically, it's this idea of user-centric or this centralized space utilizing software or components where you can log in, and instead of worrying about multiple different modules or systems or different components, you have a centralized GUI or user interface of some sort where you can control the entire system. Some companies are there, if I'm not mistaken. We are going in that direction, and I'm very excited to see what 2022 and 2023 is going to bring for TOA. But these clean interfaces on browser-based, probably to make it universal, where you don't have to worry about having software installed. You can actually access these as long as you have a smart device and a browser and a network or a connection to the internet. You can get in. Having control over your amplifiers, your mixers, your modules, your remotes. We're now making our way into the security market, security systems. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And any type of commercial AV product can now be fully interconnected and talking to each other. And then having that single point of access, I think is insanely powerful. And then if you want to look at the audio side of things, the matrix, think about how many places you can send a signal. Zones, unlimited amounts. You're not limited, to the hardware in front of you. Obviously, there has to be an endpoint solution where that audio is getting outputted to, and that's going to, be a piece of hardware. But it's endless, and the companies that are making these interfaces, like ourselves and different companies out there, we take in user feedback, and we could just always, go to engineering and make those updates without having the end user or the integrator go in and replace full systems or major components. The list goes on and on and on. So I just want to keep you guys fresh on the direction that this industry is going in. And IP is the future. Networkable audio, video is the future. Data, you name it, anything could be sent over CAT when it comes to any sort of media or information. And it's just going to be much easier for everybody involved. All the way down to the guys that are installing these systems, to the end user that's going to be using them. I've seen some of these interfaces. They're very clean. They're very simple for the end user. The learning curve is there, but it's going to be very minimal. Yet on the back end, and this is what's amazing, on the back end, it's insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. Things you can do are just amazing. And, just with a click of a button. And that's where the direction is going. And think of our just to give you an example, like our mixer amps, right? Very clean on the front. Like our 9000 series, right? Very clean on the front. But inside the unit, what the actual unit is doing and what it's capable of, that the end user doesn't see or doesn't have to control. And essentially, we just design the remotes for the end user. They're just either a rotary knob or a couple buttons. That's it. That's all you need to do. But for you guys, for integrators, you have a lot of different options. The unit is super flexible to do send audio wherever you want. Pull in VoIP and SIP systems to page overhead, whatever that may be. But that same concept, that simplicity up front for the end user, yet under the hood, it's insanely powerful for the person that's actually installing the system or integrating the system. Same with software. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So guys, keep that fresh in your mind. That is the direction of this industry. It's been around, it's been around. It's taking a while for it to catch on. Maybe not a while, I'll take that back, but obviously IP's been around for a long time, and the internet's been around for a long time. But it's pretty exciting to see our industry taking advantage of that technology while we move forward. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming by my beautiful cabin by the lake. Got my nice fire lit here. Anyways, goodbye from New Jersey. Again, real quick, TOA wants to thank you guys. We appreciate everything. We appreciate our viewers. We love to get feedback from you guys. We're being very proactive going forward. We have a great team of young, energetic, professional individuals who are passionate about the products that we put out to you guys here in the U.S. So keep them coming. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next week on Sound Supply. Take care.